Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, update time on the war between Ukraine and Russia. So, on this channel, weeks ago, we've already done a video on this, another psychic video on this, and so much of that has already come to light, has already come true. So, people have been asking for an update. So, as we know, on this channel, I do most of my readings by request, things that people have been requesting in the comment section. I take everybody's requests seriously, and whatever one I feel called to do, I do. So here I am feeling called to do this one. Just here on my phone alone, some of the things that have come true already from my previous reading on this, just for people who are curious, because I do have a good track record here. I have said in here that this was going to set off a swift chain reaction of events, which it very much did, with countries saying, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, we're imposing this on you and on you and on you and all this kind of stuff. Things kind of escalated pretty quickly, which we said would happen here. We also said, though, on this channel that though the President Biden card got pulled in the upright position, which is a good sign. It did say that he would be holding back and that there would be things that people wanted him to do that he wasn't doing. That's something that we've also seen to be true as well. Also saw on here money issues, which we're definitely seeing with the gas prices soaring and all of this kind of stuff. We're seeing a lot of money issues. Also saw money issues as it relates to problematic stuff happening behind the scenes of who's giving money to who, or who's giving money breaks to who, or, you know, just some political stuff that can get a little bit tricky behind the scenes related to money. We predicted that here as well. Also on here, predicted that a lot of the countries were going to choose to stay out of it. And I remember on that video, we clearly said that there was a connection here with China, and that there would be kind of a reaching out for help from China. And a lot of people in the comment section were like, you dizzy bitch, China wants to stay out of things and wants to be neutral because, you know, they don't want to affect their standing and this, that, and the other. And all of that may be true. I don't know. I'm not a political guru here. I'm a girl reading the cards. But did it not happen? There was a reach out to China to ask for help. Did Russia not reach out to China to ask for help? That did actually happen, like we said it was gonna here on the channel. So behind the scenes, some stuff going on with China showing support in certain ways. That's something that, you know, I predicted here, and, you know, some people may have scoffed it off, but it did happen because they, you know, have not been very proactive in speaking against Russia. They can kind of, you know, towing that line and saying some things that are trying to be neutral, but people read it as support of Russia, and a lot of things like that. So just saying that those things did come true. Also, something that came true is that we predicted that somebody who was considered to be a good guy on the good side, you know, so to speak, was going to try to give a little something to President Putin, was going to try to give a little something to him. And I remember on the video we said that it wasn't going to be in the way of like, here, give him what he wants. It's going to be in a like, kind of give a little something so as not to poke the bear. And what happened when President Zelensky made a clear announcement that he was no longer going to pursue joining in NATO, which was one of the main asks from Putin. So there, that came true. So there's just so many different things on this list that have already come true. And there are some things on this list, however, that I said was going to come true and they haven't come to pass yet because we're not there yet. I have predictions in here about how long this is going to take. Obviously, we're not there yet. I have predictions in here about changes in leadership and things like that. We're not there yet. And just several things like that. So if you haven't seen the first iteration of this, if you haven't seen the original video, then you may want to pause this, go back, watch the original video, and then come on, catch back up to here, because this is an update video in addition to what we've already taken a look at. Ooh, one more thing I'm just seeing on here that I didn't just mention, that I also predicted in that video that Putin would shift his plans part of the way through, and we did see that happening. His plans were initially that he was attacking government and military installations, and then he shifted his plan and started attacking civilians, and things like that. Very unfortunate, very scary, all the things. So yeah, just saying. Just throwing that out there. Figured that was worth putting here in the intro so that people who didn't remember what I predicted in the first video can now freshen up and know what was there and know the things that have already come true. And that if you're new here, hello, welcome here. This is what we do here, and I don't just say things and never revisit it again like some people who want to hide behind a not so great track record. I say things and then I show that things come true, because I think that that's important. So anywho, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive. So let's go ahead and take a look at this tea with the tarot right now. Alrighty, pulling up the cards here and moving this microphone right here. Penelope and her matching reds because we're all in red today. Didn't mean to try to match with, red in that way. It just so happened that I wore this color today. Here we go. But I'm getting shuffled up here, and as I'm getting shuffled up, of course, everything is all alleged, just my interpretation here. All alleged, just my interpretation. If you would like to see over 70 videos of content like this, all different kinds of things that we've taken a look at, some things that we've taken a look at that we're not really allowed to put on the main channel, so I put it in the Perk Squad instead, then you might want to click that blue join button below. That is to the Perk Squad. If you want to become a Perk Squad member, there's 5 extra perks. You get things like weekly forecast readings, you get exclusive videos. Like I said, there's over 70 over there. If you want to binge some extra videos that you can't even see here on the main channel, then there they are in the Perk Squad. You can click that blue button below, or there is a link in the description box that you can copy and paste. And one of the perks of the Perk Squad is we do shout outs. So shout out to Anna Marie, or is it Anna Marie? Shout out to you. Thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. We are happy to have you here and appreciate it. Love to have you. So shout out to you again, Anna Marie or Anna Marie. I want to say it right. If I'm going to say your name on a shout out, I want to say it right. Ooh, we've already got some stuff coming out. We're going to take all of these that fell out, because I think that there's probably some purpose there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do it like so. And we're going to just start taking a look here at an update on the situation with the Ukrainian and Russian conflict, as people are calling it, war as others are calling it. This is kind of an intense array. That's what we expected, I'm sure. This is not, rainbows and unicorns. We're in some difficult times here. And so understandable. What we're looking at here, I want to get a context card on that specifically, some context. And a context card over here. Okay, so what we're looking at, First of all, with this King of Swords, this is talking about somebody that doesn't have their head screwed on right, okay? Somebody that's not thinking straight, they've got clouded judgment, and it's next to this Three of Swords card, which is about hard times, heartbreak, devastation, difficulties. I gotta be honest, this to me kind of feels like, with Putin feeling a bit maybe embarrassed or upset or aggravated at kind of where things are going, how things are playing out here. When I get this Five of Pentacles in reverse on it, I will say that there's... okay, I'm going to try to say things that, in ways that I feel like I can say them on here and not get the video taken down and stuff like that. If you're seeing the video on the Perk Squad or on Patreon later, that means it's because it got taken down, and I'm sorry. But this is looking like he's feeling like he's iced out from what he is intending to have a grip on. So this is kind of like... the picture they're giving me is if he felt very, in control, very confident at first, and then now he's starting to feel like I don't have access to what I need, and that's upsetting me and embarrassing me and pissing me off. And that's kind of what this looks like here. So let's see in terms of what he feels like he's not having access to. Like, what are we talking about? Okay, here with the Justice card... That's kind of interesting. The Justice card here is going to stand for multiple things. The first off is, not balance. That's not the first one I want to say. The first one I want to say is fairness. That he doesn't think he has access to fairness. So he thinks what's going on is unfair. There may be some people that agree. I don't know. I think that there are probably many people who disagree, but I'm just saying here through his perspective, whether it's right or wrong, it looks like he feels like there's something here that's not just, not fair. Now, speaking to the point about balance, he's feeling like things are at an uneven balance point, not successfully weighing out the way that he thought things were going to weigh out. He had a lot of plans. He has shifted plans, as we've discussed. Jesus, Lord, give me the strength to speak English in this video if we're going to get through it. That he has discussed. Although, Freudian slip, disgusted, he might be feeling disgusted. So, we'll take it. Also, with this Justice card, this is about legality, y'all. These are the justice scales, legality, legal things. So he feels like what's going on is not only not fair, but he doesn't even think it's fully legal. So he may have an idea that things are going on that he's like, y'all are saying these are quote unquote war crimes or illegal or whatever. What you're doing is wrong. And so it's interesting to see his vantage point here and how it differs from a lot of other people's vantage points. With the High Priestess here, this card a lot of times stands for things that are kind of within, things that are kind of secret. And interestingly enough, the High Priestess card a lot of times is a very spiritual and intuitive card, which kind of, to me, is a bit shocking to see on Putin, to think if he's got some sort of like strong intuition, which would be not what I would have thought, but like, I guess it's possible, I don't want to judge. So it seems that he may have some intuitive inner knowing, some hunches, some things that he feels drawn to, and he makes actions accordingly to the beat of his own drum, so to speak. And there's some things about that are unbeknownst to us. Judgment card. Okay. Judgment card. Judgment Day. Just throwing that out there. Judgment card, Judgment Day. It looks like there is a Judgment Day coming as it relates to this. This is when we're trapped on a hamster wheel in our mind, and we're going and going and going and going and thinking and thinking and thinking, stuck on that hamster wheel. He is kind of driving himself a little bit crazy in his mind, going over and over his hamster wheel. I don't know if that's paranoia. I don't know if that's rehashing old things, anxiety. I don't know what that is, but that's going over things over and over in his mind, which is actually, I would think, kind of weakening his positioning a little bit there. Yeah, because the Ten of Pentacles in reverse right here. This is about losing money, losing control, losing the abundance that you're used to having. And so these things are getting to him. These things are affecting him, whether he's showing it or not. I don't know if he's showing it or not. I'm not watching, the news. I don't know if he's made statements or appearances. I don't know any of that. I'm just a girl reading cards here. Just a girl reading cards. But I see that coming up here. It looks like there's some things that he would be trying to kind of throw out there to ease his positioning a little bit, ease his stance a little bit. So I do see, I don't want to go so far as to say I see him extending an olive branch. I think that would be maybe a little bit inaccurate to say, but I do see him saying something like, well, I'm trying to offer this, or I'm trying to take this step, or I'm trying to do this kind of a move, something where in his mind, whether it is true or just in his mind, I see him feeling like he's putting a foot forward to be like, I'm trying here. Are you gonna work with me on this? Some people may feel like, yeah, he is trying, a little bit. And some people will be like, are you kidding? If that's trying, fuck that, whatever. There's going to be people with multiple opinions. I would like everybody in the comment section down below to please respect people's opinions. I know people vary on that, and this should be a safe place to be able to share what you think. We're all just sharing what we think here. I'm just a girl reading cards. But I do see him in his mind thinking, I'm trying to kind of put something on the table here and for consideration. So I do see him thinking that he's doing that. Now, again, with this, I've told y'all with this Wheel of Fortune card upright, it's one of the things that was on the predictions list that were not there yet, but it predicted that this war would ultimately end, well-ish. And when I say that with a large grain of salt, because I know we can't undo things that have been done. We can't take away the damage and the lives lost and things like that. And so I want to be sensitive to that when I am saying this. But I'm saying from the spirit guide standpoint, in terms of how this could end, and y'all know what I mean? They're saying it's not going to end like that. So if we're thinking of doomsday, total, full out, horrific chaos, this is the worst way this could go. I am terrified. If we're thinking of that, I'm not seeing that here. That is not the ending that they keep presenting to me here. They've said that this will take a long time to kind of flesh itself out, iteration by iteration, which it has done. And they have said, ultimately, though things cannot be undone, there will be some version of a resolve here, even if it's not exactly what would be ideal. That there at least is some version of a resolve that is not the worst case scenario doomsday events. Okay, so for people who are extremely concerned about that, I'm just letting you know that that's what they've said here multiple times now, because we've done previous readings on this. This is what they've said now multiple times. So moving further along, sorry, camera. Sorry. Excuse me. So over here, bottom row, what I am seeing though, in terms of further development in this unfortunate conflict, war, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. This is I'm about to say something that may be controversial / unpopular. But like I said, I'm just a girl reading cards. This is all alleged, just my interpretation. I have a good track record. However, it is still all alleged and just my interpretation. When this is showing that things are out of balance and these this is kind of a don't bite the hand that feeds type of card, and it's things aren't in balance, things are off kilter kind of card. This is making me believe, especially next to this Six of Wands in reverse, that there are some things that, I'm just going to say it, y'all. I'm just saying it. Girl reading cards, don't shoot the messenger. That there are some things that Zelensky is doing that are perhaps not the best ideas of things to do. I don't want to be critical of the man because as far as we know, so far seems to be a great guy, seems to be handling things well. A lot of people are thinking of him as like an international hero, so I certainly don't want to take away anything that he deserves. But there's something here that looks kind of like, okay, you had me until you did that, or you had me until you said that, or if this isn't about ego, then why are you doing this, or if this isn't about you, then why are you doing that, or if this is about this, then why would you have done it this way, why didn't you do this? There's something, I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's big or if it's small, but there's something here that coulda, shoulda, woulda been done differently on his end. And so it's just a critique that I'm seeing here in the cards, so I'm saying it and don't shoot the messenger. And what I'm saying is that is a quote-unquote telling sign here. So when I say that, what I mean is that we have a tendency for black and white thinking where this is all good and this is all bad and there's nothing in between. But life has a way of actually living in the gray area where things are a little bit more complicated and good people can sometimes do iffy things and bad people can sometimes do kind of okay things and any kind of mix in between. And what I'm seeing here is there's something here that doesn't look great on Zelensky's behalf, that the, I guess, rest of the, Western world or, other democracies would be like, yeah, but that's not a good move. Or, yeah, but that's, how are you different than the types of stuff that you're speaking out on? Or something that feels off there. I don't know. It could be a small thing. Could be just a small little nitpicky thing. I don't know, but I'm just saying it because I'm seeing it. I'm just saying it because I'm seeing it. And that sign is just enough to plant a seed of things not going perfectly well in the future of Ukraine. And now, I know the future of Ukraine might be difficult in general because they're having to come back from something horrible that's happened to them that they didn't ask for. But I'm saying beyond that he may have or may be about to, I don't know if this is past, present, or future, but some decisioning or something on Zelensky's part that's like, well, this isn't setting them up to be the free democracy, wonderful country of the people, whatever that they're hoping to be, and that, you were seemingly trying to make them be. That seems like a step in the wrong direction. And that there's something about that. So I'm just going to leave that there because I don't want people to think I'm picking on the man too much. Again, just a girl reading cards. But I like to be fair. If the cards say something, I say what I see, even if it comes off as unpopular. Just like last time when I said shit about China and it came off unpopular as hell, and then it happened. But I digress. So, over here, Tower card in reverse, Page of Swords on top. Let me get some more context up on that. Okay, just putting it out there. Let me go ahead and move these up so I can pull these over here. somebody in this whole shebang is either currently freaking out or they soon will be. And they will also be making decisions that they ain't got no business making, that they shouldn't be making those kind of decisions. And whatever decisioning that is, ill thought out, is gonna tie their hands up like nobody's business. Like, okay, now you got yourself stuck. You done got yourself stuck. Like those big old rednecks thinking they're gonna drive those nice trucks into the mud pits, and then you get your ass stuck and gotta get pulled out by a bigger truck with a winch. Like, you done got yourself stuck here, trying to be foolish. You got yourself stuck here. And I see that happening. And the moon card here, lots of stress and anxiety and hidden stuff. Sometimes also, just throwing it out here, when I get the 8 of Swords upright, that sometimes can mean somebody literally being either held against their will, detained, captive, jailed, things of that nature. So it's possible that, you know, on one end of the spectrum, we're seeing somebody that does something that they shouldn't do, and they end up tying their own hands as a self-sabotaging move, shooting themselves in the foot, so to speak. And worst case, getting themselves detained, kidnapped, you know, dealt with some sort of a way against their will. And so whoever this is, they need to be careful of that. Be careful about the moves that they make and about the plans that they think up, because ill thought out plans will lead down this path, and that won't be good. I feel like whoever this is somebody pretty high up in the chain. So I don't know if this is somebody high up in the chain with Ukraine or high up in the chain with Russia. Not sure, but we're looking at somebody high up in the chain, that this is how this is going to play out for them. This is what's going to happen to them, for them, with them, around them, how it's going to play out with them. Just throwing that out there too. Okay, so moving on, let me pull these up, reshuffle, and let's see here what else. Okay, what else can we see here? What else should we see here? What else should we know? And by the way, if you'd like a private reading, my link is in the description box below to my website, BeasTalksAndTarot.com, and you can schedule a private reading if you would like. So that's down there. There's also links and stuff in the description box to my referral program for 15% off and things like that. So we got options. We got options. All right. I want to know how is Putin going to do in all this? Like, is, you know, if based on some of the things we're seeing here that we've been looking at, this is a weird time he's going through, and this is, I don't know how he's supposed to deal with this, or what he's supposed to do with this, or how he's supposed to bounce back from this, or whatever. And so I might need to do a video just on him at some point, like literally a video just on him at some point. But I think for right now, I'll just start by taking a look at a little bit, just a little bite-sized amount at what we can figure out about kind of his future in this. So, his future in this. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Maybe this death card here is a, maybe this is not supposed to be a literal, you know, maybe this is the figurative way to read this card. But what I will say is I'm seeing a lot of conflict around him, and this is infighting. Like, this is people fighting amongst themselves. So I'm seeing like his own people, I mean, again, the word mutiny comes up. Like, I'm seeing his own supporters or his own people or his own, his own, like, this fighting. Dude, this could be like a rising up or something. I don't know. Like, this is not good for him to see this. This is not good for him to see this, because I'm seeing this overflowing of emotion. I'm seeing him do self-sabotaging things by virtue of the plans that he's trying to make and switch up and change. Then we see this card here, the Death card, which could mean, if we're reading this the polite way towards him, this could mean things are just trying to change and transform, and we can try to kind of saddle up and be like, all right, this isn't gonna work. We cannot be doing things that are bad decisions, that are making people who were on our side go against us and be self-sabotaging. We can't deal with that anymore. We need to move on and move over and get away from that. And you go ahead and, honorably or dishonorably step away and to the side so we can go ahead and fix this. That's the polite way of reading this. The impolite way of reading this is we're worried he's not going to step to the side, and so we feel like we've got to intervene in a way that results in his demise, his, possibly literal end. And so there is a very high chance of that happening. I'm just putting that out there. I would be very concerned about his longevity. At the time of filming this, I feel like I should do this just in case, because sometimes my shit, comes true too fast. At the time of filming this, it is 8:07, if you can see that, 8:07, for fuck's sake. Boop. Yeah, 8:07, and I don't know if you can read that, but it says Friday, March 25th. At the time of filming this. So 8:07, Friday, March 25th, at the time of filming this, Eastern Standard Time. So that looks not good for him. I'm putting that out there. That looks not good for him. Again, on there, we get that ideas card. Like, people have got ideas. Like, there's people planning this right now, to do to him. And in terms of him, this trying to be polite and step down, this feels very much like an ultimatum. This feels like, you step aside, or we will push you aside, or we will make you no more. There seems to be something like that going on here, from the inside. So I'm seeing some weird things trying to get dealt with from in here. That's intense. That's a lot. That's quite a possibility. So it seems here, if I'm going to try to long story short it, which we know on this channel, we get a lot of context. So if you want something that's quick, this, and this, without context, go somewhere else. But if you want all the details and nitty gritties and all the context, all the stuff, then here you go. But the long story short of it seems like he's not going to be the person that stays in power for a whole lot longer. Like, he's not the guy. He's not the future of Russia from what I'm looking at here. Not long term. It looks like there's going to be a shift. And it looks like there's going to be, at least internally, I don't know how much this will play out for our eyes to see, or how much of this is hidden behind the scenes internally, but it looks like internally, behind the scenes, whatever, I don't know, there's going to be some kind of a point of, listen, if you just find a face-saving way out, then we'll let you take your out. But if you don't choose to find a face-saving, for fuck's sake, face-saving way out, we will ensure that we still get our way. And if that means that you no longer exist, we're okay with that plan. Like, I see an ultimatum here, and it's coming from the inside. And it may be behind the scenes. They may be trying to give him an out like that behind the scenes. But, either way, I don't see him being the future of Russia for all that much longer, like not long term. And he gets to be the one to decide how that last little bit goes, because there is a high potential of people being like, not fast enough with your decision, buddy. So there's still some time for him to have control over how that ends for him. But he better not make a self-sabotaging decision, because they're not kidding about this. Like, it looks like loyalties only go so far. Loyalties are money deep. Loyalties are money deep, is what I'm seeing here. So, anywho, like I said, if you'd like a private reading, description box below. I may or may not have had to cut some pieces of this video to make an extended video on the Perk Squad, depending on if it was something that I got dinged on for saying here. I don't know. There might be some things I wasn't allowed to say and I had to put it on over there and demonetize it. That might have been a thing. I don't know. We're going to find out as I try to start uploading this. So you'll see how that had to shake out, whatever way it went. I'm sorry if I wasn't able to get it all here for everybody. If I had to split it up, that was YouTube's decision. And so I did what I could. But anywho, also for people who have been asking me, about, like, hey, I want to read cards like you, or I want, a little bit of help on reading cards, or do you have any tips or tricks, or, what if I, schedule a private reading, but instead of having a private reading, we talk about tarot and what if I'm, want to get to the next level, or I'm stuck in a rut as a tarot reader, or what if I want to, figure out how to read the cards intuitively versus, exactly and literally, or what if I need help on how to read certain topics or certain styles, or whatever, all kinds of advice or guidance or tips or anything like that. I have listened to those questions, and I was trying to wait until I could do a tarot course of sorts, but since I am super busy and haven't had time to create a tarot course yet, just wanted everyone to know that I now have an option on my website that says tarot coaching session. So if you want to book a 30-minute tarot coaching session with me, you now can on my website, BeasTalksAndTarot.com, for anybody that is wanting to have one-on-one practice or guidance or insights or help around reading tarot, or working through, concerns or issues or curiosities, or, feeling stuck, or, any kind of thing. Then if you want a one-on-one with me, that's on my website now. I am now starting to offer tarot coaching for people who are interested in that. So just letting you know, that's an option that's available. And again, all of this was all a legend, just my interpretation. And to make things a little bit lighter, we are going to put some puppy shenanigans at the end of this video. Some puppies doing whatever hell, my puppies being crazy and doing their little puppy things. So I'm going to put some of that here at the end of this video. I am sorry for people who feel like there's a lot of negativity and stuff going on. But again, I read on the topics that people request. So you're not requesting lighthearted topics, overall. I'm getting a lot of topics for the things people are scared about, nervous about, want to know about, the realistic things happening in the world. And so I am reading on those by request. So if people want lighthearted stuff, then by all means, put requests in the comments below of what lighthearted readings you'd like to see, and I will definitely put that up for consideration on my ongoing list of possible readings to do. But for everybody else, I do try to read things in as much of a positive way as I can, to be balanced with things. These aren't easy times in the world. So if I'm going to be realistic and, read things as I see them, then that's what I'm seeing. And again, I hate to say it, but that might be one reason why my track record seems a lot better than some other people's, because some people are like, oh, your soulmate's coming and all the fortune in the world is on its way and times are about to change real soon and we're coming into the new earth and everything's going to be great. And then none of those things happen and people are left waiting like, well, when the fuck was that going to happen? And it's like, see, I don't want to do that to people, gas them up just to pop their bubble. Like, I want to tell things as I see them, and they're real. They're real things. Some things are good. Some things are not so good. Some things are, pitched one way and pitched another. This is just how my guides give it to me. So I just say it how my guides give it to me. But please, everyone, protect your mental health. Protect your internal little sanity bubbles here. If you feel like, you can't listen to certain things, please turn it off and skip ahead and go to what you can listen to. Go to what you can feel open to and hear. It's important that we all kind of take responsibility for our own consumption of whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's news media outlets, channels, whatever, because some days we might be like, I just need to have a heads up on what's going on, because to me, what feels better is being prepared and knowing what's going to happen before it does. That helps take my anxiety down. For other people, they're like, that puts me on level 10 and I can't take it. So know where you fit and adapt accordingly. Totally important. I do it myself, and I think we all should. So, anywho, all that said, let's get on over into the silly little B-rolls and Perk Squad. I may or may not have another video. You'll know if you see it in the community tab. I don't know. It all depends on what YouTube allows. So, anywho, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, love you, mean it. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, it looked like he was gonna get on top of it.
Yeah, you got a shark? Oh, yeah, you're big and bad. Wow, okay. I don't know if a badass would have done that, but but we'll still consider you a badass. You're gonna get whiplash. Okay, yeah, you're gonna get whiplash. The washing machine is done. Do you hear that, son? You're just being weird. Like, okay. You're gonna get a headache. I mean, I don't know how long he's gonna sit here and play with this shark, but I mean, he's happy. Found beaver, yeah. Do you think he's a little alien? Yeah, you do? Is he a little alien? She just called his titties. See, like, she's trying to figure out how to cat, she's trying to figure out how to dog. Or is he playing with your brother? Yeah. She's cobbing. You playing with your brother? He's like, what? You nibble on him? He's like, I don't know about you, dog. I don't know about... I don't mind her, but she's fucking weird, man. He's like... You can see where it's like they're not mad at her and they don't dislike her. They're just like, why is she weird? I don't understand. You can just see where they get kind of like... But she's forcing her face... Yeah, forcing her face in the couch. You're not going to make quick friends that way. You're not going to make quick friends that way.